So hello everyone, welcome to VizConnect and to our special episode about the featured authors on our Tableau Public. And I think one thing which everyone in the Tableau community looks for is for inspiration, how we can go ahead, get started with Tableau and excel in this particular product. So it's a pleasure to go ahead and introduce our latest cohort on Tableau Public. Let me go ahead and introduce our first guest, Adam Miko. So Adam and I have a special connection. So we started together working on VizConnect, which helps people connect with the art of data visualization and storytelling. And Adam has also been very active, helping everyone in the community members just to go ahead and get started with Tableau. He is a great mentor, helping people to go ahead and aspire them to improve their skills in Tableau. So Adam, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Sagar, with a great introduction. That's very nice of you to say. My name's Adam Miko. I come from Madison, Wisconsin. I've been using Tableau since 2014, but not really part of any community until last year. When I was using Tableau, it was more for work stuff, and it was basically stuck in a silo doing a lot of bar charts and crosstabs. And that's basically what I did for about 5 years until I started looking for ways to give back in the community. I reached a plateau as far as my career was concerned. So I was happy. I was looking for a way so I can contribute and to have a little fun and excitement too. So initially I went to Tableau Magicians, and that's a Facebook group run by Tuan Wang. And then I was very active with them. And then he sort of nudged me and said, hey, you should join the Twitter community. And between those two places, that's where I got a lot of inspiration, not only to do more than bar charts and crosstabs, but to really push myself more from a design perspective. So it was a lot of fun to work with new data sets. I did a lot with Makeover Monday for a while, and then I started pushing myself towards stuff that I like doing. The first data set that I really loved working with and what I continue to work with a lot is Sean Miller's music data set, the Billboard Top 100 hits, and I like to play with it using different artists and so forth. Most of my vizzes are for fun. They're just stuff I want to create as opposed to doing something that everybody else wants to do. I viz what I love, and that's what I have fun with on the TableauPublic space. For work, I have to viz differently, but for TableauPublic, I get to have a little bit of fun and do more stuff that I would love doing. So with the community and seeing what everybody else is doing and seeing how impactful their work is, it's inspired me to do a lot more. Most of my time as far as vizzing is concerned is helping provide feedback with other people and their vizzes. And that's a lot of fun and inspiring for me because I see what they do and how they progress. And that gives me an opportunity and a desire to push myself a little bit further as far as the data visualizer is concerned, because I have to do well if I'm helping others out. So it's a lot of fun, and when I have the opportunity to viz, it's just a great experience all around. And it's just fun being part of this community because this is the only tech community I've been a part of in my 45 years that has anything close to this as far as community, as far as recognition, and as far as everybody lifting each other up on a public platform. So, and I'm very happy to be sharing it with Pawan, and I'll talk about that later. So that's me. And I'm going to introduce my next community cohort. If you look on Tableau Featured Authors, we have Agata, and she is just a beautiful data designer. I've seen a lot of her work, and I'm inspired by the beauty of her vizzes and the consistency of the beauty. And it's a slow progression with her, but it's a great progression. It's just, I'm so honored to be part of the cohort with her.
So my name is Agata Kedrick, and I am located in Portland, Maine, where I'm a senior research analyst at the University of New England. This is a pretty unique role for higher education. I'm on the research and strategy team for the online college. And so we conduct market assessments, do student experience research, and then we're in charge of the business intelligence for the college as well. So my data viz journey started about 3 years ago. I had just started my current role, and I had played around with TableauPublic before, but I had never had it at work. And I actually convinced my team to get it so that we could use it for data visualizations. They had always used Excel up to that point. But what I think really got me started on this data viz journey was my new boss handed me a copy of Storytelling with Data. This happened right after a meeting we had where I must have really wowed her with a series of pie charts I had created. And I can honestly say that reading that Cole Knaflich's book changed so many things for me. I think it opened my eyes to data visualization as a field. And then it really helped me realize that this is what I really liked doing as well. But more importantly, it made me much better at it. So it was definitely slow going at work. I made a lot of bar charts. I still do. So on the plane home from Tableau conference, which I think is something I hear a lot, I made a list of goals for myself, and one of them was to kind of dive deeper into data visualization, which kind of led me to Makeover Monday and the goal to complete every single Makeover Monday this year. So I'm on week 39, I think, right now, which is great. So submitting that first viz for Makeover Monday was pretty scary. I had a Twitter account, but I had literally never used it. But then I slowly just got hooked in this community. I had no idea it was here, but it's just so collaborative and supportive that I just kept coming back. And yeah, it's just been a really great journey with so many incredible, encouraging people.
Awesome. A follow-up question for you is, how did moving from Excel to Tableau, how was that helpful or hurtful for your development in Tableau?
I mean, I'm not sure how it would be hurtful, I guess, but it was just so much easier to, just like all the like little formatting things in Excel are so time consuming. So just a lot easier, I think. I mean, it was hard to learn it at first, but once we kind of learned the basics, and I mean, before I started Makeover Monday, my knowledge of Tableau was pretty basic, but it was enough to make the visualizations I needed to for work. But I think everybody that has started it at work is like, this is awesome. We just need it, and they stop using Excel. We still use Excel for different things, but not so much for making charts.
Same.
Yeah.
So, now we have Aloysius. He's been doing a lot of stuff with different types of platforms. And what day are you on right now for your coding adventure?
I guess today would be 271. Yeah, day 271 for daily.
Yeah, you're doing so many great things with Tableau, and you're kind of the unseen star of VizConnect because you do the awesome blogs, and it's so exciting to be in a cohort with you as my teammate on VizConnect. So without further ado.
Hi everyone, my name is Aloysius Ong, and I'm a final year undergraduate student at Singapore's Nanyang Technological University. So I first started using Tableau when I started the Daily Coding Challenge, which was this year, 2020. And in February, I actually finalized my own content to actually post data visualizations and also webinars that I've watched, for example, VizConnect and Data Visualization Society. So in May, I was approached by Saga to actually join the VizConnect team and keep up with all the blogs and webinars that we have been producing. So I participated in Iron Viz for the first time this year, and I'll also be participating in my first Iron Quest at the end of this month. So a lot of people actually come to me saying how I've motivated them through like daily coding, the stuff that I've posted, like webinars, sharing knowledge, and as cliche as it sounds, it actually makes me more motivated. Also, I enjoy sharing visualizations and also getting better in every repetition. So something I learned while learning how to do data visualizations and also being so, I guess, involved with social media platforms is to not get caught up with what everyone is making and posting, because everyone's making a lot of beautiful and amazing visualizations that sometimes I look at them and I'm like, how do you do that? Like, what I want to say is that the journey is yours. So try not to compare your starting point to somebody who has already accumulated some miles in their own journey. So the inspiration that I get for Tableau will be from everyone on DataFam on Twitter, and also a lot of infographics that are on Pinterest. Yeah. Thank you.
So as far as your journey is concerned, what's your favorite, do you have a favorite data set to work with Tableau?
What do you mean by data sector?
The data to work with, do you have a specific type of data do you like to work with most? Do you like to create your own data, or do you like to use data that's prepared?
For me, so far, I haven't been really trying to collect my own data because as much as Makeover Monday is only like a 1 week, once a week, I realized actually there are a lot of things that I could have actually done. For example, I've been remaking a lot of my previous Makeover Monday visits because I only actually created my TableauPublic profile back in August or July, if I'm not wrong. So I'm starting to actually redo all the 39 weeks of Makeover Monday because I've looked at my first viz and I think it's pretty basic. It's just a blue bar chart on America's favorite sport. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Danny Bradley. I live in the northeast of England in near a little town called Middlesbrough. I live here with my wife and son, who's 3.5 years old, Theo, and he's already dabbled a little bit in Tableau and charts already, which is cool. I started my Tableau journey. It was actually a long time ago. It was probably 7 years ago now that I first started using Tableau when I was working for a big blue chip credit card company. However, it was just really simple charts. So it was just lots of bar charts, which there's nothing wrong with because they're an awesome chart type. But yeah, it was kind of really repetitive and lots of the same reporting. And it wasn't until probably 2 years ago at Tableau Conference Europe 2018 that I had the opportunity to go there. And that was kind of my light bulb moment for Tableau. It's kind of just intermingling with everybody and meeting people from the community was kind of that moment of, oh, this is what it's kind of all about. It's not just, there's so much more to it. So that was really cool. And that was where I first discovered, like many other people in this cohort, about Makeover Monday. And I got into that. And from that point onwards, my kind of data visualization skills started to really increase quite dramatically. I think if anyone's wanting to get into Tableau and you haven't dabbled in it yet, then definitely jump straight into Makeover Monday because it's a fantastic resource. And even if you don't submit your own work, which I implore you to do, just listen in on the webinars anyway, because you'll always get feedback that you can use from other people's vizzes as well. That's something that I did used to participate a lot, but I don't as much as I'd like to now, given work commitments and things like that. But I do try and tune into the webinars and listen to what everyone else gets in terms of feedback. So that's really good. I think my personal Tableau journey it's enabled me to really progress my career. So since 2018, I've moved jobs twice. But it's gotten me to the point now where I can happily say that I'm doing my dream job. So half of my role is all about Tableau community within my business, LNAR, which is a railway company in the UK. So I look after the Tableau community there and try and get everybody involved in lots of different community initiatives, and that's really fun. And then the other half of my role is a little bit of data prep using Alteryx and things like that. Thing is that I learned picking the right chart for the right topic is obviously key, but trying to push the boundaries a lot. So working in Makeover Monday has helped me to push the boundaries in work. So getting people to think about other chart types when it's the right chart type. So I think that's been really key for my journey, is being able to participate in not only Makeover Monday, other community initiatives as well, being involved in the data farm on Twitter, it's helped me push the boundaries for the rest of my workplace and everyone else who I work with. So that's really, really cool. I think I've probably got a couple of tips for anyone who's just getting into this. So I think we've already heard don't be scared is a big one. Just publish what you create. Don't be scared about feedback. It might be critical at times, but it's going to help you in the long run, and it'll just enable you to increase your skills so much more quickly. And the other thing I would definitely recommend is getting a mentor. So I had a mentor for 6 months, and that was the awesome Mark Bradbourne. And he really helped me massively, both in my data visualization, but also in my career in general. And he had some really good advice for me. So I would definitely recommend getting a mentor as well. And that's it from me.
Thank you so much, Danny. Next up, we have Soa. She's somebody I've been following since I started with the community. I can't even express how wowed I am every time she creates a visualization. And she knows that I'm a super fanboy of hers, and I have been for a long time. And it's great to be part of this cohort with her because I'm just such a huge fan. So I can't wait to hear your explanation as to your journey, a couple of tips that you may have, as well as inspirations.
Thank you so much, Adam, for the nice things you just said. I'm a huge fan of you as well, especially how encouraging you are with the community. So I've been introduced to Tableau around 3 years ago, maybe a bit longer. And I actually accidentally fell into it. So initially, I was doing data analysis, but more in an academic sense. So I was using tools like SPSS and Vivo, especially my master's. And afterwards, I landed a job in data analysis, and I was expecting it to be quite similar. But then my manager introduced me to Tableau and data visualization and the whole field, and I was very new to it. And I signed up to Twitter just for that reason as well. To be able to participate in Tomato for Monday. And my former manager, who I guess like it really fits into what Danny was saying about finding a mentor, she was the one that also encouraged me to then apply to the information lab and get a job there, which is quite rare for you to find. Former manager being like, leave this small company, you should go join this one, it's more suited for you. And at the information lab, it really helped for me to pursue that side of data visualization even more, just because they have such a strong Tableau and Ultrix community there. And there's a big encouragement to learn and grow your skills a lot further. So like as a company, when you're newly starting out, I think it's a really great place to be at. And then I kind of just started to get more and more into TableauPublic because I have a passion for being able to tell stories that you just hear about. So as a consultant, there's that side of me that, you do the normal standard business use case, data visualization with loads of bar charts and line charts and that kind of stuff. But then also with TableauPublic, I wanted to use it more as a platform to be able to get people's voices heard. So it's why a lot of my visits kind of ended up being around social impact topics that I felt passionate about during the time, or I felt like it wasn't being covered enough, or there wasn't enough awareness about it. And then from that, you kind of see data visualization kind of a different way, because you end up telling these stories that impact people in a real way, where there's a lot of pain behind it and sadness behind it. So you end up being very conscious as well over, the kind of colors you're using or the kind of charts you're using, because you want to be able to tell your story in a way that has as much empathy as possible and also humanizes people's experience. But then there's that other side of you where also you want to grab people's attention so they can really look at what you're telling. And it's like a delicate balance between the two as well, because you don't want to sensationalize what's being told. Yeah, I don't know. I think like with me, my advice for anyone who is creating Tableau public visualizations is find something that you're really passionate about, and then it comes easy. It doesn't feel like a chore to then create data visualizations and publish them, and it doesn't feel like a checkbox. It just comes more naturally. I think that's it for me.
Very good, Soha. That was a lot of fun to hear, especially because you go through certain visualizations that have impact on you, and you express that obviously very, very well. So it's a great pleasure to hear that. So next up, we'll have Lohan Song. And you're
Yes.
a new person to the Tableau featured author group, and it's great to see that you're on here as well, because I get to see more of your work. We have so many people in our community, so it's great to see people are coming up and having the opportunity to see other types of data visualizations other than what we normally see in the community. So great to hear what you have to say a little bit about your journey. And without further ado, please.
Yeah, thanks, Adam. So, Han Seong here, you can call me Han in short. So, currently I'm a data analyst working in EY Singapore. So, yeah, I'll probably just start by sharing a little on my TableauPublic journey. Even though, yeah, it hasn't been too long, therefore I was a little surprised and happy to be selected as one of the Tableau featured authors. So, yeah, so I started my Tableau journey when I first took part in a Viz competition hosted by my previous company. So yeah, back then I was searching through and looking through various visas in Tableau Gallery to get ideas, inspirations, and found it so inspiring to see many interesting and really beautiful works by the community. Then I was really motivated and went on to create many more visas on my own. For example, as you know, I started with the Make Over Money, which is a weekly challenge, and moving on to the Viz game Singapore 2019. Not sure if you guys know, it's held in conjunction with the Tableau Data Day Out. That was held last year. So yeah, then I move on to sports Viz Sunday, as well as also really creating many visas that are relating to my personal interests, which is relating to basketball. So yeah, then I also saw many people using Tableau to create a resume. So I thought it's really amazing how Tableau can be used for so many purposes. So I think Tableau is really a great platform that can be used for many purposes, not just for work. And for people who are new to data, and even though they don't really have like a related degree or discipline in related discipline or profession, I believe like TableauPublic is really definitely a great platform to use to understand data a little bit better. At least that's how I got started with it. So yeah, so what I really like about this journey so far is how I'm able to develop these that's relating to my personal interests, how I form certain hypotheses, for example, how a certain type of player in NBA earn. And then I find ways to get the data either from the public data or web scrape certain public sites. And then using Tableau to deep dive in the data to understand and really form a certain hypothesis. So yeah, this whole process I believe is really enriching, and someone can really learn a lot from the entire process. So yeah, and I think that's about it from my side. So yeah, over back to you, Adam.
Thank you so much. It's great to hear, and it's nice to hear that so many people have come up from Singapore since last year. And it's a good group of people that I've seen come up since the 2019 Viz Games. It seems like there's been a lot of interest from there. So it's great to see it going globally, and the impact, and people still continuing to Viz publicly and sharing their inspiration. So it's awesome to see. Thank you so much for that. Next up, we have Pawan. Pawan is somebody I've worked with extensively, probably since April. I can't believe his growth in the short time, and his passion for data visualization. He always strives to push himself further and further. It's just so fun to see what he has done in the short period of time he's been part of this community, and what the impact he has on a lot of people. So please, Pawan.
First of all, thank you so much, Adam, for this amazing introduction. I don't think it could have been better. So first of all, I would like to say I'm really, really happy to be a featured author among this amazing cohort, but to be in the same group as my mentor and my guide with Adam, and with Brian, who has been an inspiration throughout my journey. I think I'm incredibly honored to be a part of this group. So yeah, coming to me, my name is Pawan Sajdeva. I live in New Delhi, India. I'm a data analyst at Optum. So my journey actually started with Tableau. I started working full time on Tableau last year when I joined Optum, where I was basically just designing business dashboards, more of cross tabs and bar charts, and that was it. And it was just the VizConnect sessions that I used to see. We used to get emails for that, and it just intrigued me. I just used to see, okay, what else can I learn? What else can I learn? But that was it. But then accidentally, I got onto Tableau Public. There was a competition organized by Sagar for our organization. It was a data viz competition, and we had to publish our viz on Tableau Public for that. So that's how I actually created my profile. And well, that was actually my first personal viz ever that I created on Tableau. And for the inspirations, I actually looked on to Tableau Public. I got to know about all the famous people there are. And that was like the aha moment for me. My mind was completely blown away that what can we do in Tableau? I thought it was just confined to the reporting side of it. But looking at what can be designed in Tableau, my mind was blown away. And that actually motivated me to just start with Makeover Monday. I knew there's something called Makeover Monday, but I had no idea about it. So just after submitting my viz and after 5 days, I took part in the first Makeover Monday. I just jumped right in. I had no intention. What will I do? Where I want to go? But I just jumped in right away. And yeah, that's how my journey started. And then suddenly I identified my passion for data visualization while working on Makeover Mondays. So which was a great thing because I genuinely had no passion before that. I used to just work on all the different things. But yeah, I identified my passion. And yeah, and talking about the community now. I think I was just 4 visits in and I was nobody, right? On Twitter. No one actually knew me. And just 4 visits in, I actually got a Tableau FF from Brian. And I was amazed. That was like the happiest moment for me at that time that no one actually knows me on DataFam. And suddenly I see a retweet for me. Someone has actually shouted out my name. I was really happy. I was on cloud 9 at that time. That wow. So at that time, I realized what an amazing community this is. And that actually hooked me on DataFam. So yeah, that's how I got into this. And I think the most amazing part of our journey has been the community, which has been the most special part. I know we have grown in Tableau, but it is the community that actually keeps us all together and makes us grow. So I'm really humbled to be a part of this community. It's the most, I think, the most inspiring and most encouraging community. People are actually happy to see you grow. I've not actually seen that anywhere else. People are actually happy to see your growth. They encourage you. They provide you feedback. And the biggest example I have is sitting right in front of me, Adam, who has, I don't know, so many feedbacks you have provided me, and I've been so inspired by you and everyone else, I think, in the community. So that has been a great thing for me. So thank you so much for this amazing community. And yeah, for someone new who's joining, because I'm fairly new, I consider myself a beginner right now. I don't think I'm at that level, but yeah, comparing myself to my journey, I think the first few things that I have for anyone joining the community would be just jump right in. Don't think about anything that are you good enough, are you not. Just jump right in, get involved with the community. Maybe viz or don't viz, but at least get involved with the community, see what's happening. And the other thing that I got to know from other people that I just want to address today is don't get intimidated by other visits. Don't get overwhelmed by seeing the work that others do. I used to do that earlier, but yeah, now I'm in a pretty good state. So actually, you don't know what journey they have been through and how much work they have put in for that. So don't get intimidated. Get inspired by those visits. Okay, one day I'll also do something like this. So, and whenever I used to do, I think this is a shout out to Adam for that. I actually got to know this from Adam. He taught me this, that whenever you get intimidated by seeing any visit, just think about why you joined the community. Just ask yourself why. And for me, and in fact, I think for everyone, it's just that we joined the community to learn and improve our own skills. And once we do that on the path, we then inspire others to do that. So just think of, if you have an idea, just visualize your idea, get inspiration and seek feedback from others, because no one will shy away from saying helping you out. So thank you so much for everything. Yeah.
Thank you, Pawan. That was excellent. Next up, we have Natalie. If you see her profile, you'll be impressed by how many great and beautiful visualizations she comes up with. So I'm excited to hear your story and your journey.
Hi everyone. Hi Adam. Thanks for the introduction. So my name is Natalie. I have been working with Tableau since 2018, and my journey was incredible because I just discovered it and I became instantaneously addicted to it. So that's good. That's good addiction because on the side I lost some other addiction like smoking. Crazy because I'm eating, sleeping, dreaming Tableau. So I can say it changed my life quite a bit. So before working with Tableau, I was a researcher in biophysics. So I have been working in different labs in France and in UK, and I have been working. I was making the data, and I was analyzing them, and I was visualizing them. I was all the chain. So that was great, and something happened in my life, and then I don't stop to be like, it's one of the things that I can say is never stop to be curious, even with the age coming, or with the life and the kids and what's life is. Don't stop to be curious because you never know what you will find, and maybe a new patient and maybe a new field to work in. It's what happened to me actually. So now I'm working only with Tableau every day. I'm working for different clients, and the other thing that I wanted to say is about my journey in Tableau is I was able to find everything I was having before starting with Tableau. Well, I mean, I'm passionate about science and lab, and now I'm finding all the data. I'm finding everything I want to find. It's like it's like a lab, you know. When you're doing research, you don't know what you're going to find, and the data, I think it's exactly the same. You don't know what you're going to find, and sometimes you can be quite surprised. And the other thing is what brings the community, and when we say we're learning a lot from the community, it's amazing what the community brings, and we don't self-taught something. It's like self-community taught, you know. And I think it's really important when you want to progress your skill is to be inspired by people, but as well to make blogs, because like when you're making blogs, you can just be more confident in what you're learning, and you can improve, go deeper in your learning, and teaching as well. I love to teach. I have been teaching for a long time before it was biophysics, and now I'm so happy because I can continue teaching, but I'm teaching Tableau now. So I'm really happy for all what Tableau brings into my life and the community. I'm really glad to be part of this community because everyone has a space. Everyone, even if you're shy, if you don't visit too much, you have a space. Everyone has a space in this community, and everyone can grow and learn from this community. So thank you to the community. Thank you to all of you. I'm really glad to be part of this cohort with all of you. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalie. Last but definitely not least, we have Matajos. I have seen your style for a long time, and I love how you push boundaries, but create something that's impactful and effective. I've been seeing it for months now, and I can't believe that. I'm glad that you're part of this as well. It's always fun to see more creative forces and be able to do different things in Tableau, and that also inspires people. Best practice is nice, and I think you find the fine line between best practice and creativity, and I love what you do out there. So if you could introduce us, tell us a little bit about your journey, and provide a couple tips, because I know you must have a couple tips because of your ability to find that fine line and play with it.
Okay, thank you, Adam, for this introduction. It's really nice to hear these things about myself. My name is Matajos Karmalski. I come from Poland, Eastern Europe. I work in Cemex, which is a construction company. I work as an analytics manager, mostly on sales data. I've been using Tableau for 5-6 years now. Some of you mentioned, when I started, it was crosstabs, bar charts, etc. So basically, transforming Excel to the more friendly environment. And during time, of course, I started to develop my skills. But at some point, the data you are working professionally may not be enough to grow your skills, because I'm managing sales data on a regular basis, but that there's so much more to analyze than just sales. That's why around 1 year ago I was looking at some initiatives or data sets which I can practice, and then I found out about Makeover Monday. So like some of you already mentioned, my journey with TableauPublic, with DataFam, also started with Makeover Monday. I remember first time I participated last year. It took me several days to issue my first visualization, because I was correcting it one after one. I was trying to make it perfect. Of course, it wasn't perfect. Right now, it can take me hour or two, and I can issue such visualizations. So Makeover Monday helped me a lot, because for me the hardest part is design and this creative part. It's something difficult to learn, because there are not so many hard rules. You just need to have an idea and to come up with something original. So it was pretty hard for me to find this inspiration. But for me, visualizing data is pretty much like when you're exercising, when you're doing some sport. You need to practice to make yourself better. You don't have to publish this. You can do it only for yourself. But in order to be better on what you're doing, you need to practice. So that's why I participate for almost a year in every Makeover Monday, but also in Iron Quest, SportViz Sunday. There are so many great initiatives. If you only want to practice somehow, and then just jump straight into it and start creating. Of course, the important advice maybe for someone who is new to community is not to be intimidated or overwhelmed by the visas you will see. Because when I first started to dive into DataFam, when I saw some of these visas, I was, man, that's no way it's created in Tableau. How this can be done? But after seeing a lot of visits, trying new things, seeing new blogs, etc., you find out that it's within your reach. Just with some practice, you can make yourself better. So I think that's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Matus.